is Gingerbread Day, part one.
Part one of two?
Of two. We are heading up the gingerbread displays here around the monorail loop today, and we have an extra fun little holiday surprise happening later in the video. Our first stop here today is the Grand Floridian. So this is probably the most iconic gingerbread display. This is actually the 25th anniversary of them doing this gingerbread display. It is a super popular tradition that people love to come and see. It smells amazing in here. Like the whole lobby of this resort just smells like gingerbread, and I love it. It's so, so good. What's really cool about this too is that it's an actual sweet shop inside, so you can purchase sweets like gingerbread and cookies and brownies and all the fun stuff right inside the shop.
You might be wondering what it took to basically construct this 14-foot tall gingerbread house. And normally they do have a sign that has like all of the pounds of ingredients, hundreds of pounds of ingredients that it takes to construct it. Ironically enough, they don't seem to have it out. I don't know if they just don't have it this year or if they don't have it out today. Don't worry, we came prepared. The gingerbread house underneath is basically a white wooden structure, and then they put the shingles of gingerbread on top of that. Kayla got some good pictures of the entire massive pastry team doing all of that and constructing it, but it truly is remarkable the amount of craftsmanship and work that goes into putting this on each and every year. And this is the fact that they've been doing this now for 25 years is a remarkable achievement. As far as the ingredients go, I'm gonna read off the list because there's so many. It took 1,050 pounds of honey, 800 pounds of flour, 600 pounds of confectioner's sugar, 700 pounds of chocolate, and over 10,000 pieces of gingerbread. It took 500 hours to bake and 480 hours to assemble the display. So again, that just goes to show the amount of work. It just like blows my mind. I don't even know like what 1,050 pounds of honey would look like. Speaking of honey, you might be wondering what they do with the gingerbread after the holidays. And they actually have a bee farm on property somewhere. Obviously for legal reasons, it's backstage so nobody gets stung. But they basically take all of the gingerbread off. They pressure wash it all off. That way they can reuse the structure year after year after year. But they let the bees feed off of the gingerbread and all of that honey. And so it's just like recycling, and I think that is really, really cool.
Now, all of the gingerbread houses will have hidden Mickeys scattered throughout the display. The number of hidden Mickeys is in correlation to how many years they've been doing that particular gingerbread display. So for the Grand Floridian Gingerbread House, since it is the 25th anniversary, there are 25 hidden Mickeys. I believe the ones that you're going to be looking for are the little tiny silver ones. I definitely think there are a lot more than 25 Mickeys on this gingerbread house, but keep your eyes peeled for those little tiny silver ones because those are definitely the ones you want to be looking for. In addition, something really cool that they did this year with this display is they have, you'll see all these like little trees, these little Christmas trees, kind of all over like the patio of the house, and they're painted to look like different characters. So of course you're gonna see like the Fab Five, but you're also going to see some of the princesses like Ariel and Rapunzel. And then they even have a Figment one kind of over by like where the sweet shop like counter is. So cool, love that. Love that they did that this year.
Right when you get off the monorail, you'll see this display of all the treats that they offer inside the gingerbread house that is for sale. They've got things ranging from gingerbread shingles, like exactly like the ones that are covering the gingerbread house. They've got little Mickey gingerbread cookies. They've got traditional gingerbread cookies, even things like peppermint bark. They have basically whatever sort of like Christmas sweet treat that you can think of, they probably sell it inside the house. One of my favorites is actually called Stollen bread. It's a traditional German bread that is usually baked around Christmas time. But a pro tip, especially if you do buy that Stollen bread and you're going through security to get back on the monorail, just keep your receipt. That way the security guards don't think it's stolen. Was that a funny joke? Anyway, let's talk logistics of the gingerbread house. It's open daily from 9:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And especially if you're wanting to like beat a lot of that crowd, I would recommend getting here early because we got here around 9:30 or a little bit after, and there was already quite a bit of a line. I would say if you are wanting to purchase some sweet treats, make sure you do it early because especially on the weekends, it will get very, very busy.
There are several resorts that have gingerbread displays that honestly you can make an entire day just going around to check them all out. However, with that, there are some kind of tricky logistics to get around since there is no resort-to-resort transportation for the most part. The nice thing about the Grand Floridian is that this is located on the monorail loop. So as long as you can get to Magic Kingdom or the Transportation and Ticket Center, which is the Magic Kingdom parking lot, you can hop on the monorail from either of those locations to make your way to the Grand Floridian. If you are at Magic Kingdom, you do also have the option to take the ferry boat over to the Grand Floridian. Really, it's just up to you and which one you prefer. Just remember that if you are driving, they do charge parking at the TTC. If you do have a dining reservation at the Grand Floridian, they will allow you to park your car here or be dropped off here. Just know that it's only a 3-hour parking voucher, and sometimes depending on the crowds and how busy it is, they may end up having you park across the street at the cast member parking lot. So if you're trying to do a thing where you're gonna come like have an early breakfast, check out the gingerbread house, and then head to the Magic Kingdom for the rest of the day, it might be a better option for you to go ahead and just park at the TTC and then hop on the monorail to the Grand Floridian from here. That way you're not having to mess around with moving your car. Most every year you will be able to find a pin that correlates to the gingerbread house resort for each gingerbread display. However, special for this year, for the 25th anniversary of the gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian, they have a whole line of merch. You're gonna find t-shirts, you're gonna find a coffee tumbler, they have a cute little like art wall hanging thing that you can do. They even have a cookie jar. They had them the other day when I was here, but they look like they are sold out right now. But my guess is they'll have those come back in stock throughout the season. What was really cool about the cookie jar was that it actually featured gingerbread displays from all the Disney parks. So they do a lot of gingerbread displays here at Walt Disney World, of course, but they also have them at Disneyland and Aulani, and they actually had those featured on that cookie jar, which was super duper cool. You can find this merchandise in the Sandy Cove Sundry shop. So if you're basically facing the gingerbread house when you first come into the lobby, you're gonna go to the left, almost like you're going to 1900 Park Fair or Grand Floridian Cafe. That is where that gift shop is going to be, and that is where all of the merch is located. We've hopped on the monorail and made it over to the Contemporary. This is our second stop of the day, and this is probably my favorite gingerbread display that they have ever done. The Contemporary will usually change the theme just a little bit from year to year, and this year they did Cinderella's Castle with the dream lights. I love just the really soft glow. It's so pretty. The details are incredibly intricate. And this one, like you walk up to and you're just like, oh, you kind of get that same feeling as when you walk up to the real castle in Magic Kingdom. And don't worry, they do have a sweet shop here too where you can get some gingerbread Mickeys. That is the same kind of gingerbread that they use on the castle. They also have some other treats. There was like an apple strudel or apple streusel thing and like a little Christmas Yule log and all kinds of fun little treats. You can get them at this little station right here. I believe that the hours are probably going to be the same as the Grand Floridian, so 9:30 to 9:30. But if you are looking for a little bit of a sweet treat, this is a good one to stop at.
And when you're here checking out the Gingerbread Castle, make sure you look for, they have 13 hidden Mickeys, and very special for the Contemporary gingerbread every year, they also include the 5-legged goat. So if you're familiar with like the Grand Canyon Concourse and that big mural by Mary Blair, there is a very famous 5-legged goat. They even included that on the Gingerbread Castle. And just like over at the Grand Floridian celebrating its 25th anniversary and its 25 hidden Mickeys on the Gingerbread House, this is the 13th year for the Gingerbread Castle here at the Contemporary. So they have 13 hidden Mickeys for you to look for. Truly one of my favorite things about the Gingerbread Castle here at the Contemporary is that every day from 11 to noon, you can talk to one of the executive pastry chefs that helped design and even construct the Gingerbread Castle. What I also love about this display too is that along the bottom, you'll see little stars that has all of the initials of all of the entire team that worked on the display this year. And just like at the Grand Floridian, I'm gonna read some of the stats of all the ingredients and the time that it took to make this. So we took a picture of the sign so I can read it. Besides the 13 hidden Mickeys, there's one hidden 5-legged goat. It took 30 days to assemble. It's 17 feet 6 inches tall by 25 feet 4 inches wide. 613 pounds of sugar, 440 jars of honey, 13 gallons of milk, 1,013 pounds of flour, 113 pounds of gingerbread spice, 25 pounds of chocolate, 70 pounds of modeling chocolate, 60 pounds of fondant, 43 pounds of royal icing, and 513 eggs. Could you tell that they included the number 13 quite a bit? I don't think that's a coincidence. So we did talk to the pastry chef and asked her some fun questions about the construction of it, and it took 30 days to assemble. Here, they have to like bake and glue, and then bake and glue and bake and glue as they go, whereas at the Grand Floridian, they have the time because it's like the structure underneath. They, at the Grand Floridian, can pre-bake everything and then glue it on as everything is done baking.
You didn't think we were gonna get through this video without getting some gingerbread, did you? We actually do want to say thank you to Heather for buying this cookie for us. She sent us some money so we could buy Mark Allen a cookie. Mark Allen loves the gingerbread. I actually am not a gingerbread fan, but this one has chocolate on it. And I like that it has the little Contemporary logo all over it.
It smells so good.
It smells so good. So this particular one with the chocolate is not gluten-free, but they do have a gluten-free version. It just doesn't have chocolate on it. So if you do have those sensitivities, there you go. Should we give it a bite?
It's so good.
I still don't like gingerbread. But it's all right. I think if you're a gingerbread fan, it's a good one.
Keep in mind that it's very traditional, like German gingerbread. So it's very heavy on the spices, very heavy on the molasses, and it's not like a ginger snap. It's very like spongy, kind of chewy.
I would say it's less sweet. It's not a very sweet cookie, but they're very soft. Like it's a very dense, soft cookie. When they say gingerbread, like it definitely has more of that bready texture.
All right, onward to the Magic Kingdom.
Thanks, Heather. We've made it to Magic Kingdom for something very, very special. Today, they are actually filming the Christmas Day special that they air on TV. So they're doing Mickey's Very Merry Christmastime Parade for regular day guests. Now, typically, this parade can only be viewed during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. However, like I said, they are doing it special for the filming special that they do on Christmas Day. You can also catch this parade Christmas week between Christmas and New Year's, as they do it daily once all of the Christmas parties have stopped. Super fun. I do love that parade. I love that parade during the daytime way more than at nighttime. So I like when they do these special, like, little things where they do the parade.
Except not when it's 86 degrees out. That.
Ooh. Well, okay, so we knew it was going to be like psycho busy today, and we wanted a really good spot to film. So we definitely sat for a good, like,
Hour and a half,
and then the parade itself, because since they were filming, they could only send one float at a time down Main Street, so it took a very long time to do the parade, but it worked great for us because we hopefully got some really good footage, but it was really fun. I did like that a lot.
Also, do you see my little sunburn? I got definitely a little sunburn.
It's really not that bad.
Sitting and waiting for the parade. But
I think you got that yesterday at Blizzard Beach.
It very well could have been the case. That video is, if it's out, that will be linked in the description box below.
But today was really fun. Again, this is just a little bit of things that you can do during the holidays. We are gonna have another gingerbread video. The rest of the gingerbread houses are not up and ready to go quite yet, so we'll be filming that in the next couple weeks. And of course, we have tons of holiday stuff going on for the rest of the season. So make sure that you're subscribed. And if you made it to this point in the video, leave a
snowflake and a Christmas tree emoji.
That's all we have for you guys today. Now go create your ever after.